and we're really happy to have Jessica from OfficerDon.us. How are you?
I'm doing good, thank you.
I'm so excited to have you sharing my booth today and talking about the needs for officers when they're injured in the field, when they're killed on duty, who supports them, how does that work? And your foundation, which is tax deductible, raises
Correct.
funds for those events all across the country.
That's correct.
Tell us about it. You can probably say it better than I can.
Oh, yeah, like I have this whole spiel is ready. You ready? Ready? Okay. So OfficerDown.us, which is the website address, and it's also the entire name of the organization.
Right.
So it's easy to remember, .us, as in us or the United States.
That's a good. Never thought about that. That's good.
That's right. Yeah.
All right, very good.
OfficerDown.us, national nonprofit online fundraising for law enforcement, for their families, whether the officers are on duty or off duty,
Okay.
retired or early in their careers.
Right. And sometimes you just get in a financial bind because you get a workers' comp case and they stop paying you, and then you have to sue them. That's not a personal story. Actually, it is a personal story. So I know how that goes. I could use something like you. We got wiped out when that happened on a workers' comp case. Had to
Exactly.
start all over, and it would have been great to have, literally, if I had $100 a month to help pay the gas bill, that would have been great.
It would have helped.
And you
right?
guys
It
do
would
that
help
kind of stuff.
close
It's
that
fabulous.
gap, right.
Yeah.
And there's people out there that want to help. There's people out there,
Right.
especially right now, that want to help law enforcement. They have a whole support net, and all first responders will help all first responders
Right.
too,
Fire or whatever, yeah.
Absolutely.
Right.
We're all part of the same team. I think that, we're all in this together.
Bring your microphone a little closer.
A little
Okay.
closer.
What is the challenge you have in fundraising? There's so many people in so many spaces nowadays. What's your biggest obstacle? Why would you get a commitment? Why would you not get a commitment? What are your thoughts on all that?
Well, for the first year, our biggest challenge in fundraising was people not knowing that we were legit. Because
Oh.
there are so many fake fundraisers out there.
Oh, that's true.
Think about
Yeah.
when an officer does get killed or injured in the line of duty.
Right.
There are so many fundraisers that are started that the general population doesn't know which one is legit.
That's a good point. That's like that phone call I get once a year from a guy that's a sheriff and he's going to arrest me because I didn't pay my parking ticket. They're scams, literally scams.
That's right.
Tied to law enforcement. Yeah.
And
My
you
neighbor
would-
actually went down and paid the ticket. He thought he was. He was
Oh,
so dumb.
no.
Oh, I know it does happen.
It does. It
So
happens
that's
to a
I
lot of
hadn't thought
people.
about the fraud angle. That is challenging.
Right. And then, of course, the next biggest challenge we have right now as an organization is getting the word out there, because we are nonprofit and we've not taken any money, or, just very small amounts
Right.
at this point. We don't have money for marketing, and as you know, marketing can be costly.
Oh,
so-
yeah. All right, so how is it structured? Las Vegas PD, let's say, have an incident and officer needs help. It's not local fundraising because you're national,
Correct.
right? So how do you set up the campaign? How does that happen?
Well, it is ideal for somebody in the family or the department to come to our website and start a fundraiser.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
they would create the fundraiser with all the information. Just fill it out. I mean, you may be familiar with GoFundMe.
Right.
Okay, so we're just like GoFundMe.
Okay.
But we focus only on law enforcement, first responders, and we're nonprofit. So somebody would come to the website, they would start the fundraiser after they register on the website,
Right.
and then we would validate the information from behind the scenes to make sure that it is legitimately going to the right place. The monies get deposited into their designated checking
Directly to
account.
them. Well, that's
right.
fabulous. Now, is that unique in that kind of business where it goes directly to
Actually,
the family?
No, not really. Actually,
right.
that's pretty much the way most of them should work.
I like it that way because, if I'm giving money to the Red Cross, I get it. It's going to a bunch of different things. But only recently has the Red Cross said, that's for Haiti right there, right?
Right.
A specific campaign. And I always thought of fundraisers as a big slush fund and then you kind of put money out. But if I was a family, I'd feel more safe having that money come right to my campaign and my bank account. And it's clean. It's nice and clean.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And to be fully transparent, because we are 100% transparent, and we want you to know that we are honest and open. The credit card companies take, check. The credit card companies take 2.2%. That's our nonprofit
Right,
rate.
right.
American Express a little bit more at 3.5%.
Okay.
And then our admin fees are a very low 5%. And so we
that's
run the organization,
really low,
and
yeah.
people have questions. Well, where does that 5% go? That 5% goes to running the website and paying a tech and advertising and all kinds of things.
Very reasonable.
Very
Yeah.
very reasonable.
Now, that's one way to donate is where somebody starts a campaign and it goes to them. Do you take donations just for the general fund, so to speak? and then you know, it helps keep the lights on and so on. And then if something happens, you have some funds available maybe to give to a certain campaign.
Right. So what we can do is we can take donations for the organization itself,
Okay.
which are greatly needed.
Greatly needed.
Greatly
Send that
needed.
money. Come on, let's hear it. All right.
Yeah. So as an organization, as a 501c3, we can take donations. We should take donations. We need donations. And then as far as the entire website goes, there's multiple campaigns on there, and we can take direct donations, or you can donate directly to each one of those. And then we have donations set up for each state or other larger organizations where you can donate, and then we'll disperse those funds as voted on by our board.
So, what do you think people feel when they see a campaign? I would love to give money to every one of those officers on the page. I can't afford it sometimes, right? But you know what? If I gave everybody $5, I might be able to afford it. Do you find that the amount doesn't really matter? It's just that you give the money. Is that the point?
That's
Because it
that's
multiplies
totally
itself,
the point.
right?
That's absolutely the point.
Yeah.
When we first started this organization, what we learned is that there are, for example, there's a grandma at home who just recently learned how to use the computer, and that's all she does. And she orders from, the shopping networks, and then she finds our website, and she just loves cops, and her son's a cop, and so they go through and sometimes donate, to each campaign. I
Yeah.
have seen that.
Okay.
Philanthropists, we've had them, and they come through, and we had one guy who used to come through and just donate $25 to every campaign.
Yeah, that's nice. Now, do you find that most donations come from within the community in which the fundraiser is happening?
Most of them do.
Okay.
However, there are those that don't. There are those that come from across the country. There are those that otherwise would not have reached the campaign itself.
Right. Yeah, I like the idea of making it national because it, I'm busy, but if I can give, $100 to you guys or $200, and you decide during the year where that's best to go, that's easier. Because, frankly, for me, it's an emotional issue for me when I see a cop get killed, right? Or somebody that's in need. Because I've been in the needy spot. I get that part, injured, right? And I'm not sure I can just take, all these police assassinations. It gets to you. And you kind of want to not look and see every single one of them, but listen, you be my
Tell me
eyes
about
and
it,
ears. Yeah, and for you especially, right? And here's some money, and, please just donate. Give $20 to everybody you can, help out. And I think that's a good way to do it, too. So do you do, you're out here at Infuse 2017. Do you go to live events? Do you, do 5K sponsorships? Or how else do you raise money besides just saying, send us the money? And you guys better send. You can push a button on this broadcast and donate to her campaign. It's a little donate button on the live stream. So go ahead and do that. And on Facebook as well, there's some donate buttons. So, if all my listeners gave $1, you'd have $65,000.
Yeah, thank
right?
you for that.
So let's do it.
Thank you.
Let's
Thank you
send
for
in a buck.
sponsoring that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. So how else do you try to generate income and raise funds besides
Okay.
just saying ask?
Right.
Right.
As much as we can, we set up events, or we go to events.
Okay.
We try to get out there. We sell these thin blue line
those are
bracelets.
cool.
We have
Yeah.
there's a link on the website where if you go to officerdown.us, you can look up just bracelets, and you can do that, buy t-shirts. So that's one way that we raise funds, and we found that actually to work out pretty good.
Oh, good.
Yeah. But otherwise, we set up and do. Oh, we've done U-Swirl. we've done some fast food restaurants, Panda Express, where they donate a portion of the
Yeah,
day's
that's cool.
sales.
Yeah.
But we were the beneficiaries of the Officers Down 5K, which came to town. They go to a lot of towns across the country, and they set up these fundraisers.
Oh, good.
Or actually, they set up these walks, and then they donate a portion to
Yeah.
a nonprofit like myself. So, yeah, right now that's what I can think of off the top of my head, how we've raised money. We've not raised a lot of money, since we started this venture 3 years ago.
Right.
Going into this next year, our 4th year, we do plan on working a little bit harder to raise more money.
Well, it's hard. It's difficult. Because, like you just said, you don't have a budget for
Right.
promotions like a regular business would have to get the word out and do it. So you're kind of growing it, from the source out. And that's why I want to get you on the show and give many opportunities you can to come on and talk about it.
Exponentially, you tell your friend, that
That's
friend
right.
tells their friends,
That's right.
their friends tell those friends.
Right.
Right. You
Right.
remember that commercial?
That's right. So all you police officer friends of mine and security personnel who used to be police officers, right? Because that's a lot of them are.
That's right.
Send Jessica some money, will you? All right. It's not hard to ask, and not a lot. If you can do $5, let's do $5. Let's do 100 people do $5. We got a nice donation.
Yeah.
Jessica, thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.
OfficerDon.us, I appreciate it.
Thank you.
And we'll get out there and help raise the money.
Absolutely.
Thanks.
Thanks, Chuck.
All right.